Hello, everybody. It is the Everything in Moderation podcast, and this is our Christmas episode. Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year.
Merry
Uh,
Christmas, everybody. Happy New
yes,
Year.
this is always one of my favorite episodes of the year because we have a chance to do some fun stuff, take a lighter note, and give you guys some fun content. So, Anthony, today we are tasked with placing political figures into the naughty and nice list. Are you up for the
Sure.
task?
As long as Donald Trump's on the nice list, I'm in.
Well, the best part about this is whatever you say will go on the list, right?
Right.
So I will have my own choices, and we could talk about it. We could give our reasoning why um they're on the naughty or nice list, and
Right.
then I'll put it into this beautiful PowerPoint presentation right here.
Nice.
So, Anthony, would you please do me the honor of placing the very first person in the naughty or nice list?
Okay, then. I think the first person to go on the nice list will be Donald Trump, like I just said. And my rationale for that is, you know, he did a lot of great things for our country, and now with all of the Biden gaps, Biden bail policies. He's proving every single day that he was right on everything. So Donald Trump belongs on the nice list.
Excellent. I'm sure if Danny was here, he would probably say the naughty list.
Of
But
course he would.
um so how about someone for the naughty list?
I'm gonna go with Dr. Fauci for the naughty list. People are sick of his bullshit. Excuse my language. And he's been flip flopping on every single issue, and people are just tired of hearing this nonsense. And a lot of those like really bad comments when he said that, oh, if you disagree with me, then you're not not trusting the science, or you're disobeying science. Now it's he's definitely on the radar of a lot of people. Not a lot of people like him, so he deserves the naughty list for me.
I would say I agree with that too. I feel like he's been someone that whenever I see him on television, I kind of just groan. It's never anything good.
Agreed.
So my first entrance into the naughty list is Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang has been a quite a beloved figure, I guess, of this podcast. He's a guy that I know a lot of us like, um, including myself to some degree. But in his bid for New York City mayor, he made some awful decisions and he threw away a very uh threw away a lead that I've not really seen. It was a pretty crazy. Early polling had him like absolutely destroying everybody. But it all went bad for him after the Israel and Gaza situation. He issued a statement showing support for for Israel and the Jewish community, and then his Democrat compatriots did not appreciate that and kind of ostracized him. And then the next day, he made an apology to that and also supported Palestine as well. Which, like Anthony, I'm sure you agree that there's really nothing wrong with that. Like support, like you don't want human lives to be lost. But politically, this is just a horrible move.
Well, yeah, of course, I totally agree with you. Any life lost is, a tragedy, whether you killed someone in self defense or you straight up, like murdered them. Um, And he goes, you're not going to get that life back. It's no way it's going to happen. And you know, I know obviously I want to try and keep on topic with with our episode, but when it comes down to with Israel and the whole free Palestine people, Palestine's already they're already free. They're the ones attacking Israel, but then somehow it's like blown out media coverage when Israel tries to defend themselves. It's really ridiculous, And but in general, we all know that if anytime anyone dies, it's a tragedy.
Uh-huh. And you know, just seeing Yang kind of try to please everybody is, that's something that probably could be warranted for the nice list. But just the fact that the way he went about it, it was really disappointing to see from someone who actually appreciates him. And then furthermore, what really sets him in the naughty list for me is that he started his own party after being ostracized by the Democrats, the Forward Party. Andrew Yang can pretty much kiss any chance that he has winning any sort of position goodbye with that, which is a shame because he is a good candidate. So that's where he warrants on the naughty list for me. So my nice list pick might be a little bit of a surprise to you, Anthony. It's a pretty interesting one. Not for who you expect. It's not. Don't worry. It's not Byron, but it would happen to be this man right here.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, man. Mitt Romney had.
I would put him on the naughty list.
Mitt Romney actually had a pretty interesting year. Just seeing how he's kind of thrown himself back into like the political sphere and being like a little more popular amongst everyone. I know you and I probably disagree with him quite a bit, but I would say that the way that he was able to restore some of his popularity and become like a more relevant political figure this year, I think warrants him a place on my nice list.
Well, I disagree with you, but I'll respect your opinion.
All right, Anthony, what do you got for your next naughty pick? Or
okay,
whichever
so
one
I'm
you
going
like
for
to do.
my next naughty pick first because I did nice first. So for my next naughty pick, I'm going to go with Governor Phil Murphy. Um, Phil Murphy is me and Christian's governor. He's the governor of New Jersey. He is one of the most, I would say, he's the worst governor in my lifetime. And when I say something like that, I don't take it lightly, but I have a lot of reasons why. Raising taxes, killing small businesses, the multiple scandals in the women's jail, and the sending COVID patients to nursing homes. New Jersey is going to be in for a harsh next 4 years under this guy, especially also with that Project Veritas video that was released of him doing the basically finding it's like not doing the vaccine mandate until after he was elected because he knew it would hurt his chances of being elected.
Mm-hmm.
On my nice list, I'm going to go with actually this might be a surprise to you, Christian, but I'm going to go with Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin saved the day. He said he was not going to vote against the. He said he was going to vote against the Build Back Better plan, and it was something that had to be done. And I totally applaud Joe Manchin for doing that.
That's an interesting one indeed. I know. I was just hearing this weekend. I mean, just this week. I guess that's what you just said. That's kind of the reason why he's been in the news lately for being unpopular with his voting. So yeah, I think that's an interesting pick. I was assuming that he was going to be in here one way or the other. He's certainly an interesting figure. And I know that you're one that's kind of passionate about him coming over to the Republican side. But do you think that it might be better for him to stay where he's at to block bills like that?
That's a good question, Christian. I would have to say about with where he is, because he's a conservative Democrat. And he represents a red state like West Virginia. There have been rumors saying that he should switch parties. But I definitely would like to happen, but I don't think that would happen anytime soon. Mostly because a lot of people, the Democrats love to say how they're always united, but we all know they're probably divided by the most ever been. And I think having Joe Manchin there is a key. He's basically has been a key vote on legislation throughout this entire year.
That is definitely an interesting one. And as for Phil, your pick for Phil, I know that you're a big Phil critic.
Yeah, Phil. It's pretty obvious why I picked him. As I said, he's the worst governor in my lifetime. Probably one of the worst New Jersey's ever had. But I will say that again, with the multiple scandals he's been under, it just makes sense for him to be on the naughty list.
Cool. All right. My next pick for the naughty list is someone I very, very much dislike in the political sphere. He's not an American. He is Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister.
I
I
would put him on the naughty list too.
I strongly dislike this guy. I think he's a just very annoying human being. I mean, I really don't I'm going to be honest. I don't really understand. I don't really look into his policies too much, but of the certain things that I see, um, just the way that he carries himself and with the whole COVID situation, it's like impossible. Like we complain sometimes here about some restrictions, but in Canada, oh boy, it's like you can't do anything if you're not vaccinated, and you also have to wear a mask all the time, all that crap. So it's pretty bad. And also over the summer, a bunch of Catholic churches were being targeted in Canada and being burnt down. Justin Trudeau issued a statement after I think maybe the 15th one was burning, that it's important that everyone works together and no one blames Muslims for this. And I'm going to be totally honest. I never blamed Muslims for it, because at the end of the day, it's probably just some stupid people, and it's probably just people that are like anti-Catholic. But just the way that he carried himself in that interview was all I really need to see to know that he's a piece of shit. And also, he still hasn't seen his mother since COVID started. Like, come on, Justin. I know you're not seeing
COVID scaries.
Yeah, I know that I know that he's not going to see this, but go see your mother. She's going to die one day and you're going to be upset that you did not go see her for 2 to 3 years when you are probably fully vaccinated and you probably take all the health precautions. Go see your mother. That's enough. So in the Chinese way of saying it, Justin Trudeau is unfilial and neglecting his mother. So easy naughty pick. For my nice pick, this might be a new one for you, Anthony.
Really?
Yes, we're keeping it. I'm putting it international again. I want it to kind of break
Get a
up.
nice blend.
Get a nice blend, mix it up. So this individual right here is Andres Manuel Obrador Lopez. He is the Mexican leader, and he has enjoyed some wonderful success in Mexico so far. Very high approval ratings, possibly one of the best presidents they've had so far. And this struck me pretty well. Is for those that aren't familiar, is in Mexico a president has 6-year terms. So it's getting close to his recall, right? There could be a possible recall. And in a speech, he promoted the recall against himself, which is something I've not really seen too much. Um, he said if we fail to do our job, the people can vote us out. It's like it's not like, oh, you voted me in the first time, and I'm just going to do whatever I want for the next 6 years. So it's interesting to see that he is actively promoting democracy in the sense that he is very willing to step down if his voters deem it necessary, which I don't think is going to happen because his approval rating is the highest approval rating of any world leader. But it's still nice to see that someone like that could be willing to step down if the people will it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's not going to step down though. They like him down there.
Exactly. So I don't think he's going anywhere. It could just be a little bit of political theater where he's just like, I know some people were saying that it's like, yeah, he knows that he's gonna win, so like he can talk like that, but still. All right, Anthony, your next
Okay.
picks.
My next nice pick is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. I'm pretty sure most of the conservatives watching probably saw this one coming. But the reason why I pick Ron DeSantis is he has let his people, his constituents, be able to be as free as they want to. And he is one of the most anti-lockdown governors in the state, and he has pretty much has always been right about COVID during the origins, even like when the pandemic started. He just he wants to open up Florida back up to get people back to work and get them back where they had to be, and he was right on all those issues. Greg Abbott, the Texas governor, and Kristi Noem, the South Dakota governor, were also right. But Ron DeSantis has been leading the charge for liberty over tyranny in America. My naughty pick, I'm going to go with um, state senator, or should say retiring state senator in New Jersey, Loretta Weinberg. Um, Loretta Weinberg is, well, okay, we'll say this. She is definitely a pioneer. She has done a lot for the state, but one of the things that she's been advocating for is to push abortion after birth.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that right there,
lord.
that's Loretta Weinberg. And her and First Lady of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy, have been pushing for this. And as you guys know me well, I am strongly against abortion since I was almost terminated myself. They found Down syndrome, since like some symptoms of Down syndrome when I was in my mother's womb, but I was never born with it. I'm very fortunate not to be, and I can just never ever like think of why would anyone support having an abortion and killing a life like that. And so that's why I put Loretta Weinberg on the naughty list.
Cool. All right. My next pick. Start with a nice list. So we're going to bring this back to our fatherland, Anthony,
Okay.
and Italy's Mario Draghi. Mario Draghi is the Prime Minister of Italy. Again, keeping it a little bit international. He has also enjoyed quite a high approval rating amongst world leaders. I think right now it's around like 59%. It went down over COVID because some people criticized his treatment of the pandemic. But he's really stabilized Italy over his term as prime minister. He is actually the former president of the European Central Bank. So having that financial skill mixed in with the his policies is where he really wins and shines in Italy. And I'm very optimistic about Italy's future politically. It's looking like it's shaping up to be pretty good. For my naughty pick, It's Ben Shapiro because he's Jewish. No, I'm
Oh God.
kidding. um, but in all actuality, my naughty pick
Is it Charlie
is
Kirk?
no,
Oh,
not Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens.
Candace Owens.
Yes,
How
Candace
could
Owens.
you?
I I'm gonna admit that when I first saw Candace, I thought that she was actually pretty based, but the more I kind of looked into it and saw her recent showings this year, um, she kind of like I always say that she's a feminist that fights against feminism, uh, being that like she is very aggressive, um, and more outspoken than some men political figures. So that's that's where she gets put on the naughty list. Very big congratulations to her for having her firstborn child, though. So always
Yeah, congratulations to Candace. I mean, she's probably not watching, but
no.
Candace, I would have put you on the nice list.
All right, Anthony, you get our last two picks.
Okay, so my last naughty pick will be Attorney General Merrick Garland. Um, Merrick Garland, well, Biden politicized the Department of Justice that Merrick Garland currently enforces, and under his leadership, under the DOJ, he has tried to label concerned parents as domestic terrorists, and saying that they're saying like that they're being violent towards school board members, which I have yet to see any evidence of that. But yes, I mean, well, if they're like yelling, then obviously, you know, they're just frustrated. But I've never like seen anyone like well, okay, there's one fight I know in Loudoun County, I believe, a school board member called a parent an asshole, and then the parent basically went up to the school member. And they basically like face to face. Um, Obviously, there is no room for violence in America, and that goes for both parties. But the fact that Merrick Garland is politicizing, the DOJ, or Joe Biden also doing it as well, and the fact that you're labeling your own people as domestic terrorists gets you a good, nice lump of coal, and that gets you on the naughty list. Um, so my last pick for the nice list might surprise you, Christian. I'm going with Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, and I'll tell you why. Look, I disagree with her on a lot of things, but she stopped. Well, she was one of the votes that stopped. Well, her and her fellow squad members stopped the voted along with the Republicans to stop one of Biden's plans. And I mean, 80 a lot of the Republicans voted with the Dems, so it wouldn't even matter if they voted with them or not. But I always, even if I disagree with you, I'll always make sure, if I, agree with you on certain stances, and I think I agree with AOC the most on a lot of things, because I've seen her actually agreeing with Ted Cruz a lot of the times, and I think obviously AOC actually for once stepping up for my beliefs actually gets her a spot on the nice list.
I have to say, Anthony, that was probably the most shocking thing of the year, but I appreciate the openness. That was a pretty cool one. So, to sum it up, these are our inaugural picks to the Everything in Moderation Naughty and Nice list. We will post this on our Instagram for those that want to see it. And if you'd like to create your own naughty and nice list and send it over to us, please feel free. What do you think of our list, Anthony? You think it's a pretty good one?
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I mean, the only switches I would make is I would just switch Mitt Romney, Candace Owens to the Mitt Romney to the naughty list, Candace Owens to the nice list,
Fair
and I
enough.
think that's pretty much all that's probably pretty much everything I would do pretty much. Then the list would be perfect. What do you think?
I'm really surprised there's no Joe Biden on here for you, Anthony.
Hey, I got Phil Murphy on there, so I think that's enough.
All right. now that that's taken care of, we here at Everything in Moderation just want to thank everyone for watching this year. It's been a very fun one. Lots of great topics. Started the year off with a bang with the Capitol riots, so that was fun. Maybe maybe when we come back from our winter break, we will have something very pressing to report. So, and don't forget, there's going to be lots of good content coming in the new year. We have a debate coming up in just a little under 3 to 4 weeks, I believe. And
We do, yes. We have another
yes.
debate coming in January.
And then that's really all. We're gonna take a little hiatus, as we did last year. That's what I meant by winter break. We'll probably come back either the 17th on Martin Luther King Day or the 24th. So either way, we might come back with a regular episode if that calls for it, or we're coming back with a debate, starting the year off with a bang, and which Anthony will be hosting. So
I will.
always fun to see Anthony work his magic with the questions. Always doing good work over here. And we're very thankful for you, Anthony.
I'm thankful for you too, Christian. I'm thankful for everything in moderation, and I'm really blessed to be on this podcast and express some hot takes that some people may agree with and some people may not agree with. But I never thought that I would actually I never thought I would be doing this kind of stuff. Like I'm just just talking, not just in podcasts in general. I always wanted to start my own podcast, which is why I have my own podcast. But I think the platform I've been given by God, to start from the start of my journey and in this crazy world of politics. I know you don't work in politics, but I know I do. But it's really surreal that a lot of things I do now, like I never would have guessed I would be doing now. So like 5 years ago, let's say like almost 10 years ago, but actually like 10 years ago, I would never have been doing this on a podcast talk about politics. Like, I would call you like nuts, but I'm here.
That you are. And I'm also very thankful for this podcast and being able to discuss with each and every one of you the daily nonsense that happens in this world. It's always good. We always have some good conversations, whether it's in the Discord or whether it's on here. It's definitely a safe space for all sorts of political thought. We challenge each other. Don't get no two bones about it. But at the end of the day, we all respect each other, and that's the basis of this whole podcast. So everything in moderation, giving people a platform since 2019. Or was it 2020? It was 2020. 2020, yes. So that is all from us for this year, and we will see you in the new year. Signing off.
Happy New Year, everybody.
You too. Bye-bye.